Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome to Lesson Learned, a conversation about Mythcraft. Every episode we take a topic about Mythcraft and we delve into it a little bit. Maybe going over certain things that might be harder to understand than others. Sorry about that. And today, I am Corey Griffin, and today I'm going to walk you through leveling up a character in Mythcraft. With me today, I am going to be going over my character here called Dormic Everclear. He's a human zealot, a really pale white color. So far, I went meat pile and a few other things for when I had played this character. So obviously, there's a few steps that you take every time you level up. All right. So every time you level up in Mythcraft after level 1, sorry guys, I am just real quick going to do a quick thing. Each time you level up, you receive 3 benefits, okay? You get a talent, you get an attribute point, and you get your hit points each time you level up. So the order of operations when it comes to leveling is going to be you level up. You take a talent. This cannot be its own prerequisite or trigger itself. You gain the effects of the talent. You increase one of your attributes by +1. You may decrease one of your attributes by 1 to increase another attribute by 1. And then finally, you gain hit points. So if we were going to take Dormic Everclear here and level them up, I would, starting out, I am an extra level. Then I go up in my talents, right? This guy was a zealot under the consecrated blade track. And I've already gone as far down as Zealot's Resolve for this character. So I would get I would be left with a choice with either Holy Arsenal or Versatile Weapon. For this particular build, I'm going to go with Versatile Weapon at level 8. What that's going to allow me to do is I get to choose an extra creature tag whenever I cast the Holy Weapon spell on my, for this particular one, I believe it was a sword. Yes, it was a broadsword that I used for this one. I get to choose 2 of the creature tags, and I get to get bonuses when attacking both of those 2 creature tag types. Now, I get to increase my attributes. At this point, for level 8, I'd go ahead and increase my charisma by 1. Now, because he has meat pile, I have to roll my HP. You all aren't going to be able to see the rolling. It was a 15. All right, I apologize about that. So with a 15, that takes my max HP up to 113. And we'll bring my divine level to 7. Obviously, I don't have any divine magic at this point for this character. I didn't have the charisma score for it. And that would be a basic level up, as I have gotten my talent, I got my attribute point, and I got my hit point. Now I'm going to take him from level 8 to level 9. At this point, my attribute max increases by another +1, so I could take any of my attributes that I have at a higher level. I could take either coordination or strength to 5. I won't be taking coordination to 5. Or increase one of my other attributes. I am actually, for level 9, going to increase my strength to 5. Once again, I get to make my choice of talent, and I'm going to be taking a Herod weapon too. My holy weapon now has a +1 crit range against creatures with the tag that I talked about earlier that I choose. It doesn't quite fit there. Then, now that I've done my talent and I've chosen my attribute that I chose to increase, I would go ahead and increase my hit points. Once again, because I have meat pile, I do have to roll a d20. Oof. This time only getting a 2. Which would only increase my HP by 3 because I get a d20 plus 1. At that point, I now have my 9th level done. Now at level 10, I do not have an increase to my attribute limit. So I'm going to go ahead and increase my charisma. And eventually. And I am going to take I'm going to take Consecrated Weapon. What that'll allow me to do is when I cast the Holy Weapon ritual, I may choose one weapon to be the consecrated weapon for the duration. It now has a +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls instead of a +1. And then once again, roll for my health, this time getting a 16. It's going to go up by quite a bit this time. And because I am now level 10, I got an additional lineage feature. Like I said, he is human. So I get to go through my human stack and look at what I have that might fit it well. I think I will probably take Determined 2. Which makes my Determined feature, which is now once per recoup. When I am reduced to 0 hit points, I immediately regain 1 hit point. Once I use this feature again, I cannot use it again until after I recoup. Because of the Determined 2 feature. Now, this was 3 very quick levels in Mythcraft. Is there anyone out there that has any questions or would like me to explain something maybe a little deeper, maybe a little tighter? I know it was a short stream, everyone, but I do think that this will be the all for the what do you get on a level up stream. As long as you remember that you get a talent, an attribute, and a talent, an attribute, and hit points. As long as no one else has any questions that they'd like me to go over quickly, I will probably call it at a short stream today. But while we are waiting, I am going to talk about our dice sponsor, Baron of Dice. So, Baron of Dice is your one-stop shop for your premium wargaming dice. Their dice are hand-poured with premium resin materials and colored dyes. Each die is hand-mixed to the desired result and then carefully swirled with 1, 2, or 4 colors in a silicone mold before being laser engraved with a wicked symbol, hand inlaid and finished in a matte or polished finish. There are no imperfections in their dice. No balancing issues or like micro bubbles. No mold lines. This is a difference that you can quite literally feel and hear when you're playing with their dice. Whatever game you play, whatever style your team, they are ready to elevate your game. All right. I am Corey Griffin, and this has been a rather short but informative lesson learned. I hope everyone has a wonderful week, and I hope to see you all next week as well.